So now we're going to look at operators for using inside of Python and Maya. Operators, and we're actually only going to be looking at our basic operators. There's a lot more that we can actually go into, but for this lesson, we're just going to look at the basic ones that we're going to be using for the 101 series of videos. And then we want it to be Python, just like before, so that way we can get our colors for our Python. So the different operators that we can use are sum, so that's like 1 plus 1. We can use difference, that's 1 minus 1. We can use the produce, which is like multiplication or the product. So that's 1 times 1. Quotient or division. So that's 1 divided by 1. And then power or exponent. So that's going to be 1 to the power of 1. So these are the basic ones that we can use. Oh, another one that's actually kind of useful that we'll get into is remainder. So let's say we had 11 divided by 10. What that would give us is a remainder of 1. So if we wanted to get that remainder value, we use the percent symbol there. So when you use the percent symbol, it's going to actually do the division, but the result that it's going to give you is the remainder. So if we take 11 and divide it by 10, we have a remainder of 1, and that's how that works there. So let's look at some of this in use. So we can do something like num1 is equal to 10. Num2 is equal to 11. Oops. Num3 is equal to, yeah, let's do that. Num1 plus num2. You can directly put the values in there, so I can put 1 or 10 and 11. But in this case, if we use the variables, it becomes more powerful for us in programming, because later on we can swap out those numbers for whatever we want or whatever the program needs in that particular time. So it'll be more efficient. So that's why we're doing it this way. So let's do a test here, and we can do print num3. So let's copy this and bring it into Maya and run this. So when we run all of this code here, we get 21. In case any of you guys are wondering, for the zoom in and out, I'm basically just holding control and using the middle scroll wheel, and that lets you zoom in and out if you're holding down the control button. Okay, so yeah, we can see that we can add numbers together like that, but it doesn't only have to be numbers that we are adding together. We can actually go in and get a little bit more creative with this. So let's try that with strings. So we can do string 1 is equal to I'm, string 2 is equal to awesome, and string 3 is equal to, and let's put an exclamation mark. And let's actually just make this go out to the output window. So import sys, and then the command is sys.stdout.write, and then we are going to tell it what we want to output. And in this case, what we're going to do is tell it we want to do string 1, and we are going to add a space after that. Then we are going to add string 2, and finally what we're going to do, we're going to make this a little bit more fancy. Let's do 3 times string 3, and let's copy this and put it inside of our output window and run it. So we can see that it does do I am awesome, and then when we multiply that last string by 3, we actually get 3 of that exclamation mark. Okay, so this is our data types and using operators together with them. In the next lesson, we're going to actually look at how we can get this to actually be something a little bit more useful, and we'll create a small little tool out of this that we can actually get some kind of functionality out of. It's going to be really simple, but it's going to kind of give you the ideas of how to start building scripts for Maya that we can use over and over again that will give us some sort of functionality. Okay, see you in the next lesson.